Hi all, very good morning and good evening. Let's continue today, team. Yeah. So, team, let me ask you a question. So, yeah, why people are moving to the cloud? Obviously, to save the cost and easy maintenance, team. Yeah. In Azure, how many models are there, team?
Three.
Three models. What are those?
SQLDBA, platform as a service, and software as a service.
So one is infrastructure as a model, IaaS model, platform as a service, and software as a service. Okay, three models we have. So somebody, if they want to host any application, I mean, they have three options actually. Okay, IaaS model, PaaS model, and software as a service. See, team. So these are the services Microsoft Azure is giving. Software as a service. See here, team. You do not have any work at all, team. Everything is managed by Microsoft. So here you don't have any jobs and all. Everything is managed by Microsoft. For example, Teams, Office 365, Sky for Business, that kind of applications hosted on software as a service, team. So that they maintain themselves. Okay. So if you want to learn, people can learn either infrastructure as a model or platform as a service or both. Okay. These two models people will learn and will migrate themselves into Azure by learning these two models, infrastructure and platform as a service. If you want to keep your database application, either they can keep it in infrastructure or platform as a service. Okay. Yeah. So team, what is the difference between infrastructure as a model and platform as a service?
Infrastructure as model has windows, whereas platform as a service does not have windows.
Yes. So team, infrastructure as a model means you have the windows. Platform as a service, you do not have the windows. Okay. You cannot do RDP. You cannot log into the, like, if you want to see the SQL server, like you cannot log into the RDP. You cannot see the services. You cannot start and stop the services. You cannot do the patches. See, if you don't have the windows, what are the operations you cannot perform? If you don't have windows, what are the operations you cannot perform, team, related to SQL server? You cannot start and stop the services. You cannot move the files from one drive to another drive. Okay, no, not possible. And what else, team? Version of the SQL server. If you don't have windows, not possible to do the patches also. Then what is the version of SQL server in PaaS model?
Its latest and greatest version.
Yes, it always maintain the highest version, team. It always maintain the highest version. So people who I mean, the SQL server which are in platform as a service around the globe, okay, all people are having the same version, team. You cannot keep lower version, higher version, like not possible in platform as a service. Everyone is having the same version. Okay, suppose Salma is using some PaaS version, the same version only I have to use here also. Okay, across the globe, everyone is having the same version. You don't need to check what is the version and all. You don't need to check why you are checking. It always maintain the highest version. And so who will do the patches here, team, in platform as a service? Who will do the patches? Microsoft. Obviously, Microsoft. Will they take any downtime? But
no.
Patches? No, they don't take any downtime, team. That is the beauty of PaaS model. See, suppose if you are in on-premise, in on-premise, everything you need to do, like patches and all. Here also you need to do the patches and all. For doing the patches, will you take downtime or not?
Obviously.
Obviously, you have to take the downtime. See, if you are taking downtime, team, suppose what happened to your business? See, some business they want to run 24/7. Even if you take 1 minute downtime, also they lose some money. Okay, they may lose some customers also. See, so platform as a service, giving I'm not saying good benefits and it's all at the end, depend on your database size, depend on what you want. You need to choose either infrastructure or platform as a service. Yeah. So Tim, these are all the primary difference between these two. Yeah. So coming to the SQL Server. So how many models are there? How many database models we have? Come on.
3 models.
In
What
part
are
3.
4 models total.
Yeah, you can say 4 models. That's right. 3 models also right. How 3 models, 4 models, right? Yeah, see Tim. If we say 4, mention single, elastic, managed instance, IAS. 4 models. If you say 3, Azure SQLDB, managed instance, IAS. Okay. Single and elastic both are same thing. Both are same except a hardware difference. We'll discuss that one, don't worry. Again, I am telling you, Tim. What is the difference between single DB model and Azure SQL DB model? Sorry, single DB model, elastic pool model. Single DB model, elastic pool model. The difference between these two is very simple.
Resources are shared.
Resources are shared here. Here, each DB having its own hardware. This guy cannot give it to other guy. No, this guy is idle team. He is not using. This guy will request. No, he won't. This guy won't give to the other guy. See, the resources are independent team here. That's why people call it as a single DB model. People think single DB model means people think they can only create one database. No, that's a wrong assumption. Microsoft really confusing us by giving such names. But single DB model means here each DB having its own hardware. Okay, individual hardware having. That's why people call it as a single DB model. Their meaning is each DB having its own hardware. That's why people calling it as a single DB model. Elastic pool. See the name itself. Pool means common. Okay, call it as a elastic pool. Both are same thing. Database perspective, both are same. Here also so-and-so working. Here also so-and-so working. Here so-and-so not working. Here also so-and-so not working. Both are same. Maybe if you give common pool, maybe you may get more performance or less performance. That angle you may observe. Remaining things are all same. Okay. Just like, suppose you have chapati and puri. Chapati you may eat 2. If I give puri, you may eat 3. Okay. Yeah. So database properties doesn't change. Same recovery model, same isolation, same thing. That's why I'm calling it as a both are same. I'm calling it as a Azure SQLDB model. Okay. Azure SQLDB model, managed instance, IAS model. Yeah. So here in front of you, you have 3 options, 3 database models. If you want to go from on-premise to Azure, which model you choose? Come on.
The cheapest one.
The cheapest one. Why you are going to the Azure? Obviously to save the cost. Obviously, yeah. People will choose for the, the less cost, whatever the model is. First, I prefer that one. Later I will check whether my application will work or not, my database will work or not. I will check it later. First, in my mind, what I am having, which model is the better for my application? Better means obviously the cost wise. The cost wise is Azure SQLDB is best because they are giving cheaper price. Azure SQLDB. Yes, in Azure SQLDB, yes, that is your first preference. But some of the applications or databases cannot keep it in Azure SQLDB model. Why? What might be the primary reason?
Legacy.
Azure SQLDB model, you cannot keep them. Yes, legacy applications, that is one of the reason. That's fine. But before that,
Cross queries.
there is a strong point. Yes, cross queries. See, you may not have all applications are legacy applications. In the world, maybe 1% of applications are legacy applications. Not even 1%. Okay. So, yeah. So cross queries. See, what is the probability of having the applications having the cross queries team, more than 50% having the cross queries. See, that's a major, how are you gonna say, major disadvantage, or it's not a disadvantage team, it's a limitation actually. Azure SQLDB limitation is cross queries won't work. Why cross queries won't work? Because this is individual model. Okay, each database cannot interact with the other database, sir. Each database cannot interact with the other database. These databases are contained databases. Okay, not possible to interact. If you have an application side, you have a programming. You are getting the data from the two databases by using of joins. That kind of code will not work here. Okay, you cannot retrieve the data from the two databases. No, not possible. But you can join within the database thing. You can join tables within the databases, not from the database to database, not possible. Okay, yeah, so here cross queries are the main limitation. If we have cross queries in your stored procedures or functions or triggers or application side, if you have cross queries, then this model, no, not possible to go. Then what is the option D? What is the next option?
Managed
Managed instance.
Managed instance. So managed instance, cross queries, will it work?
Yeah.
It will work. Okay, it will work. Yeah, here is a question. See team, my manager, my client, he don't want to go to the managed instance. I want to go to Azure SQLDB. Suppose his architecture is like this. Okay, so obviously some cross queries means obviously you must and should have the more than 2 or 3 databases. I have a database name. As long as no cross queries, I can happily move to the Azure SQLDB. But I have cross queries here. I have cross queries here. If I go to Azure SQLDB, cross queries won't work. Then what is the solution team? I want to go to Azure SQLDB. My client
Clubbing
is
two databases into one, and
Yes.
by giving different schemas, that would help to make it one database.
Yeah. So team, here cross queries won't work, right? So you can merge these two databases into one database. Okay. See, if you are not, merging. See, here we have an employee table. Here also employee table. If you want to merge these two tables, you need to keep in one table here. Suppose that you don't want to do. You can also do other solution you have is you can create two schemas. Suppose this is HR database. Okay, this is finance database. Okay, here also you can create a HR schema, finance schema. Like that you can create whatever are there, just dump into here. Whatever are there, just dump into here. And cross queries between the schema, it will work because both are in same database. Okay, just you can do some work here from your end. You can merge these two databases and all the procedures from application side. Developers, they will change the code accordingly, this architecture. Who? Developers. And testers, they will test it, how it is working and all. So if everything is working fine, then you can plan this database to migrate into the Azure SQLDB. See, this required some development cost. This required some testing cost. This required some time. Okay. See, applications, some applications are very complex. Okay. They have many databases. Merging all databases, maybe, it take more time. It costs more development cost, more testing, See, if you don't want to take that risk, you can go to a managed instance also directly. Managed instance as it is, you can migrate it. So here, a bit more cost. Yeah. Managed instance. So minimum team, here you need to pay 70,000 rupees. They will give starting with 4 CPUs. So you need to pay 70,000 rupees minimum. Here team, how much team? Minimum?
300.
359.
So yeah, 300 is the last year price. They increase it in 360 rupees. Okay, 360 rupees. Yeah, 360 rupees means how much in dollars? 360 rupees, sir. Within these 360 rupees, $5 per database. They are, I mean, 2 GB database. They are charging how much? $5. See team, within $5. Okay, they are also taking the backup. See, they are taking the backup. They are giving graphs also. I mean, how the utilization and all, they will give the graphs. And also, if you have any like performance related queries like high CPU, high memory, long running queries, everything they are giving in graphical. See, Azure SQLDBA. See, this is cheaper and they are giving more, more options, more. I mean, you don't need to go for any third-party tools also. They are giving beautiful UI here, Azure SQLDBA. See, team. So depend on the model, different options are there, team. We will discuss all. Yeah. So team, managed instance we are discussing, right? Suppose cross queries won't work. You have so many cross queries and yes, better to go with the managed instance directly, team. Yeah. So in managed instance also, few applications doesn't work. Why? Not possible to keep it in managed instance. Few applications and databases. Why?
Legacy servers.
Legacy applications. Yeah, legacy applications team. While see, some applications, my application only work in 2008. My application only work in 2000. Such kind of applications, you cannot keep it in managed instance. Okay, because managed instance is pass model. Pass model means it always maintain the highest version. So do you know, see team, even some people are still using SQL Server 2000. Yes, people are still using SQL Server 2000 team. Why they are not migrating team? If they migrate, their application doesn't work. Yes, team. Even you can check it, freelancer.com, upwork.com. These are all the freelancer sites, right? So yeah, there are also some projects related to SQL Server 2000. Because of those applications are legacy applications, team, they cannot upgrade, because if they upgrade, that doesn't work. They have to put a lot of efforts to migrate their application, their databases and all to work in the latest versions. Yeah, that's about the managed instance. Yeah, only legacy applications, team. What else? Even my application will work, my database will fit in managed instance, but still I cannot able to move to the managed instance. What might be the reason?
If the database is more than 16 terabyte, then managed instance wouldn't be the right option.
Correct, team. Managed instance, maximum size. What is the maximum size of instance? Not database. Instance size is 16 TB. See, if we add all database sizes exceeding the 16 TB, then managed instance will not work. What is the size of the, I mean, the maximum size is managed instance, how much still? 16 terabyte. Okay, more than 16 terabyte, you cannot accommodate in. You need to create another managed instance. One application, one SQL server, right? If you have more than 16 TB, how are you going to keep 2 servers? You cannot keep it, not possible. So that's why, team, because of the size limitations also, people will go to IaaS model. Not only legacy applications, even if they have size concerns, the people will go to the IaaS model also. IaaS model is nothing but on-premise only. Why I am saying on-premise, team, IaaS model? Because see, team, in on-premise, everything you are managing, team. In on-premise, everything you are managing. In infrastructure as a model, you are getting OS rental team. See, here OS, our Windows team, they will install. They will buy the hardware. They will buy the license. They will install it. They will install the OS. But here, team, you don't need to install the Windows. Okay, you can set it up. You can set it up in the portal. See here, home. Okay, here virtual machine somewhere. Yeah, here virtual machines. Windows will be ready in 5 minutes. Okay, just create, give the SQL server, sorry, give the Windows name, give some CPU memory here, just give like that and create it, and Windows is ready. Windows is ready. After Windows is ready, just log into this Windows machine by using RDP and install whatever the SQL server software if you want. That is a which model? IAS model. See team, whatever the roles you have here. See what are the roles? What are sorry. What are the roles of SQL Server DBA team? The same roles and responsibilities you have to do here also. What are your roles and responsibilities team being a DBA? You need to do like services. You need to take care. Patches you need to take care. Backups you need to take care. So some monitoring. So everything you need to take care here. The same here also team. How you are performing here, the same here you are performing. But here not. See team, backups here they will take care to Microsoft. You don't need to check the backups. You don't need to set up the jobs also for backups. They are taking care. To be frank, here you can also take the, you cannot able to take the backup team. Not possible to take the backup. Azure SQLDBA. Does that work? Yeah. You don't need to take the backup first of all. Yeah, we'll discuss in detail, sir. So each model having different differences. We'll discuss those. Yeah. So team, any questions do you have till now? Any questions do you have, team? So team,
Sir.
yes.
This is regarding elastic pool. In elastic pool, we set resources at one time during the SQL Server build.
No, you don't need to. Either you can create a first common hardware and assign the databases, or first keep individual and merge these resources into common.
You mean whenever we create a database, we set the individual resources to each database. So how we combine and make it a single resource in elastic pool?
Correct. Let it be that one. Okay, leave it to me. We'll discuss this one at the time of discussing this topic. Don't worry. Just forget it about that one. We'll discuss what is elastic databases. Yeah. So till now, whatever discussed topics, do you have any doubts? Just ask me. We'll discuss here. Don't worry. That's an easy topic. Yeah. So team, see, this is the portal.azure.com team. Okay. So if you are a DBA here, I mean, everyone like a DBA team, Windows team, network team, application people, everyone is having the same portal team, portal.azure.com. Okay. So here team, portal.azure.com, you have, see, application related, database related, network related. Everyone here only they need to work team. So how you will get this portal team? In real time team, your client will buy this subscription. People call it as a subscription team. So they will buy the subscription. They will buy the subscription team and they will add your email ID. Suppose ramesh@infosys.com. They will add for this portal team. Okay, admins they will add, so that you can also log into this portal by using of your email ID and password, and you can see all this here like this. Okay, so but yeah, that's fine from real time. Like they will add your email ID and you can able to create, you can able to do something here. What about I mean if it is sorry, yeah, so how you practice day-to-day means, yeah, you need to take a subscription team like portal.azure.com team. Just it will ask the personal details like your first name, last name, email ID, password. Like that it will ask you. Okay, like that it will ask you team. Yeah, you need to give all the details, and at the end it will ask you the credit card details. At the end. Credit card or debit card details team. Maybe in India, debit card doesn't work, but in US and all, debit card also it will work. We have a lot of tutorials. Yeah, sitting, they will ask, create one. Okay. So yeah, before this window, they will ask you email ID, your name and so this is important here. So here they will ask you the card holder's name, these things name. Yeah, you need to give. So you need to agree the subscription and offer details and sign up. So yeah, why they are asking these credit card details? Does it safe or not? That is the question. See team, you can give your credit card, debit card details team. It's safe, 100% safe team. They don't charge you any money. They don't charge you any money team. But for verifying purpose, they just charge you 2 rupees team. And that 2 rupees they will credit back. Okay, the 2 rupees they will credit back. So they don't charge any money team. For verifying purpose, they will, okay, they will charge just 2 rupees that will credit back. Okay, so team, after sign up team, $200, right? They increase it team, they will give $250 team. Okay, they will give initially $250 and in rupees, okay, and in rupees 14,500 rupees they will give it to you for free subscription. That 14,500, this $250 you can use within a month. Okay, within a month you can use this money. See, once this money is over, will they charge us? That is the question. Once this money is over, you cannot able to create anything team in the portal, but they don't charge you any money from your credit card or debit card. Okay, so after a month, after 1 month, okay, they will disable the subscription rate. They will disable the subscription, or after 1 month, if you want to go pay as you go, you can also go pay as you go. That means you need to pay. You need to pay, or just leave it. They don't charge you any money. They will disable the subscriptions. You cannot create anything. Just 1 month is enough time to practice it. Yeah. Any questions do you have team here? Creating free subscription. I will also share the links team. How to create and all. It's very easy team. How you create a Facebook account, something. Yeah, like that it is. So they again I am telling team, they don't charge you any money team. Yeah, you can give your free credit card. Already, suppose if you are already created any free account before on same Windows, okay, on same machine, don't create it team, and don't use same mobile number, same email ID. Go with a different email ID, different phone number. So per person they will give one free subscription. If you want to another subscription, you need to give other details. Yeah. Okay, so that's the portal team. This portal is having everything. Yeah. So team, see how many models we have team? Total 3 models. See team, this is IAS model, managed instance, Azure SQLDBA. Okay, 3 models we have team. Azure SQLDBA, managed instance, IAS model, 3 models. Okay, depend on the model. Migration is different, optimization is different, monitoring is different, maintenance is different. We are all discussing these 4 for these 3 databases. Fundamentals are really, really important. If you know these fundamentals, you can easily learn the next topics. Yeah, even you don't need to practice also. Okay, so the topics are very easy, but fundamentals, you need to understand the fundamentals. Basics are very important. Easily you can also crack the interviews thing. Yeah, so our old students, they are in very good positions team. Yeah. So team, go back. See team, I want to create a Azure SQLDB model. First, let me create a server team, SQL server. See team here, I have many things are there team. See team here, SQL database, right? You can create a SQL database directly team. While creating a database, it will also ask you the SQL server name. Or first, if you want to create a SQL server, you can also create it. Just search SQL server. You will come, it will come and click on okay, SQL server. See, this is a Azure SQLDB, sir. Here SQL server means Azure SQLDB, not managed instance. Managed instance is different. See, if you want to create a managed instance like this, you need to search. Okay? SQL managed instance, this is. Okay. If you want to IAS model, virtual machine. First, create a virtual machine. Okay. If you want to Azure SQLDB model, SQL server. SQL servers. This is SQL server string. This is the one. Yeah. First, let me create a server. Yeah. We need a server, right, to keep the databases. Yeah. Let me create a server. Yeah. See team, subscription. Yeah. I have a free subscription. Let it be. And resource group. A resource group is a collection of resources. See team, whatever you are seeing here, all are resources team. Resource. SQL database is resource. Storage is resources. Application also a resource. See team, this resource group is nothing but it will group the resources team. Suppose team, a resource group is nothing but team. Resource group is nothing but a kind of environment. So this is dev environment, QA environment, UAT environment. See sir, dev related. My application I will keep it here. My database I will keep it here. My storage I will keep it here. Okay. Whatever all are dev related, I will keep it here. I will keep it here. Dev related. So dev resource group. This is QA resource group. QA related servers I will keep it here. Tomorrow, I don't want to dev environment. I don't want to QA environment. See, for dropping all the application, dropping the database, it's really tough. You need to find and you need to search. Really tough. That's why just drop the resource group. Whatever are there inside will be deleted. Just a kind of folder, logical folder. This is. Resource group is nothing but a environment team. Okay, a environment. See team. Now I am creating a dev environment team. You can keep dev. Okay, this is already existing. I already created. Just use the dev. Okay, just use the dev. Okay, yeah. So because the database, the server I am creating related to development environment. Yeah, server name. So server name you can give it. So development environment, right? Let me give the relevant name. Dev server. See, dev server. The specified server name is already in use. See, Tim, what is this meaning, Tim? Why I am getting this error? Any guesses?
Because it is global, right? That name is already used by someone.
Correct, correct. This is global team. The server, you are keeping in global, right? So this server with this name, somebody already created with this name. You cannot create with the same name. You need to give different name. Okay. So let me give different name. So obviously we guys will keep 1, 2, 3 numerics, right? Let me give you some numbers. This is my favorite number, sir. Okay, 1729. It's a Ramanujan number. Okay, just for unique name purpose, I am giving 1729. See, this name nobody is using in the world. I can use. Yeah. Next, location. See, my server where I want to keep. Where I want to keep. See here, Microsoft data centers are here. Physically, the Microsoft is maintaining the data centers are these many locations. Okay, these many locations, sir. So which location we need to choose in real time, sir? Any idea? Normally, which location we guys need to choose depend on your project. See, my project is South India project. Okay, my clients are in South India. I will choose South. No? Suppose East US or not West US, you can use East US also. See, East US. Any location you can choose itself. But if you choose nearest location, the advantage is there is no network latency.
Latency issue. Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to give the nearest location. Suppose nearest location is a problematic for me. Okay, a problematic for me. Suppose, okay. Example, TikTok banned by India, right? We don't have TikTok in India. Why? Because the data center they are maintaining in China. See, if you have such kind of trust issues, you can also keep it in safest location as well, like Singapore, Malaysia. These are all the safest countries, right? You know, they don't. I mean, those countries they don't fight with any other countries and all. And also, earthquakes. You know, that kind of natural disasters also very less. So you can also keep safest location. Not only nearest locations, some people, you know, some customers, some clients, they can also keep in safest locations too. Okay, yeah. Even China projects, you know, they are not keeping their own country team, they are keeping in some other countries. Because, you know, the other countries are not allowing their app if they are keeping the data center in their own location. Yeah. So the location, most of the people, they will choose the nearest location so that they can avoid the network latencies. And yeah. So East US, I give, as of now, I give East US team, let it be. Authentication, see team, here we don't have Windows authentication. Yes or no? Here we don't have Windows. Yes or no? We don't have Windows, yes. So yeah, to log into the SQL server, obviously, we have SQL authentication only, or for on-premise Windows plus SQL Server, right? Here, Active Directory plus SQL Server. See, both SQL, Windows plus SQL Server authentication, right? Here, SQL plus Active Directory authentication. Windows authentication is nothing but here Active Directory authentication. Yeah. So, team, for now, I am just using SQL authentication. Let it be. Yeah. So, SCA, yeah, here you need to see while installing SQL Server, you need to give SCA, right? Here also you can give SCA, but this short name, it won't take it. You need to give minimum length name. I will give SCA admin, sir. Normally, people will give SCA admin. Yeah, let me give SCA admin also. This is a full right for this server, dev server. See, sir, the complete server name, dev server 1729.database.windows.net. See, the server name always follows like this, database. By seeing the server name itself, you can tell that's a PaaS server. Okay. Yeah. See, database.windows.net. Yeah. SQL authentication, SC admin, and let me give some password. Azure @123. Okay. Azure @123. That's it, sir. Very simple. Okay. Yeah. So password is not matching. Azure @123. Yeah. Azure @123. Azure @123. You don't need to check network and all that. Just give the server name, location, username, password. That's it. Review and create. See, sir, here it is not asking any CPU and memory. Let me create it, sir. So here it is not asking any CPU and memory, sir. Here is a question.
Mr. Raj?
Yeah, go ahead.
So in real time, we usually would go through the other tabs, correct? While installing SQL Azure database or server.
It depends, okay. This fully secured. You don't need to go other options also in real time. Yeah.
Okay.
Network and all, they will take care. No? Admins, they will take care network side. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So team, yeah, here is I'm not giving any CPU and memory, right? So here is a server is empty. See, server, here server is logical server, sir. Okay. Here server is logical. See, sir, while installing SQL Server, it will check how much memory, how much CPU and all, because that's a shared. But here, server is logical. Just group of databases, we are calling it as a server. Server really doesn't have any memory, any CPU. Okay. So here, sir, you can create any number of servers. They don't charge you any money. But if you start creating a database, they charge us. Because for keeping database, you need to give some CPU memory and all. That's why the charge starts. For empty server, no charge at all. See, that is only in Azure SQLDB, sir. Here, if you start creating a managed instance, sir, while creating managed instance, you need to give CPU and memory. But here, while creating a server, it won't ask CPU and memory. So it's free. It's a free. Okay, server is free here, sir. Yeah, they don't charge you any money. See, sir, server is ready. Just go to resource or go to SQL Server and search it. Just go home, click on SQL Servers. See, sir, I created this one, dev server. Just click here, team, or you can also directly connect it. See, dev server 172.9, copy. Okay, just go here. So dev server 172.9 dot database dot full name you need to give. Windows.net. Okay, no Windows authentication, sir. SQL authentication. So what is the username, sir? SCAdmin, and password is AZURE 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me give a connect. See, I am getting this error, sir. I don't want to show this error to you. I am getting this error. See, why I am getting the error, sir? I give the right username, right password, right server name. Still, I am getting this some error. Why? Firewall rule. Okay. So, yeah. See, team, suppose Salma is having SQL Server in her laptop. Okay. Can I able to connect to her SQL Server team from my machine? I know her username, password, and server name. Can I able to connect from my machine? No.
No.
Because Windows is protecting, firewall rule are there. Here also we have SQL Server, right? This SQL Server also having the firewall rule. Okay. So if you want to connect to the SQL Server, okay. If you want to connect to the SQL Server, so yeah, this is SQL Server. If you want to connect to the SQL Server, there is a guy here. This guy is firewall rule. Okay, firewall rule here. It is always protecting. Okay, yeah. So to connect to the SQL Server, this guy IP address need to be keep here. Suppose application also connecting, application IP need to be registered here. Suppose Salma wants to connect this SQL Server, Salma's IP address need to be keep here. Let me add my IP to the firewall rule. What is my IP? How are I gonna come to know my IP, sir? Go to the command prompt and search the IP config. There you will get the IPv4 IP address, sir. Or you can also use Google. What is my IP address? Okay. What is my IP? Just Google it. Say this is my IP address. Public IP. Just copy my IP address. Okay. Go here. Go to the server. Yeah. In this server, firewall rule. See, sir. So firewall settings. Click on here. This is my IP address, right? You can do RAS IP. RAS IP server. Copy. See, sir, I am giving individual IP address. I am giving individual IP address. Suppose if you want to, suppose in your project, you have 30 people or 100 people, 100 IP address adding really tough, right? You can also give the range, starting IP address of your project, ending IP of your project. So that it will allow all 30 people. Okay. So you can also give the range team, start IP, end IP. In between of start IP, end IP, whatever IP addresses are there, for them also it will allow. Yeah, suppose team, I want to make like public access thing. I can give the IP address like this. See, 00 255 255 255. So public IP address is not greater than the 255. So you can give any name. Let me give public. Yeah. See team, now you can also able to connect. Now you can also able to connect. Why? Because your IP address greater than the 0, 100%. See, 192 is greater than the 0. See, 192 is less than the 255. If I give like this, I don't need to add this one. Okay, I don't need to add this one. It will allow you. Even if you want, you can also connect it. Even if you want, you can also connect. What is the server name team? Let me give. So this is the server name. Copy. So I cannot paste it. Yeah. So this is the server name team. What is the username? Is admin. Okay. What is the password? Azure@123. If you have a management studio, just management studio you have, install just management studio also, and you can able to connect to this server. See, now I won't get any error.
Mr. Raj, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Just right now, we just configured firewall for this instance. Do you think we will require to also create a firewall or open a firewall for IaaS? And would that be done by us, or would that be done by the Windows team, like usually on-premises servers get?
Yeah, that will be done by Windows team. That will be done by other team. See team, you never add a firewall rule like this thing. This is not your job. This is not your job. See team, in real time, they will ask you to connect to the VPN. Once you connect to the VPN, your IP address will change. That IP address already in the firewall rule team. You don't need to do anything. See, without IP address, without VPN, you cannot able to connect this server. With VPN, automatically it will allow you to connect. Okay, in real time, you won't add any firewall rule. Okay, that setup and all will take care by admin team. Yeah. Any questions? Once you log into VPN, that whatever IP address, right? IP address they already added in that network. You are in their network once you connect to the VPN. It will allow you automatically for all the resources. Yeah. So team, server is ready here. Okay. I don't have any databases. See sir, Azure SQLDBA, they are not giving SQL agent. They are not giving linked server. They are not giving database name. See sir, these are all the limitations in Azure SQLDBA. See, I am not really worrying about SQL agent. I don't need SQL agent, sir. I have other alternatives to automate. Okay, I have other alternatives to automate.
So quick question, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So can you create your databases here, and it will be, let's say, synced in the portal?
I will create. I will create. Huh? I will create the database in portal. Yeah, I will create. Okay. So what I am discussing, sir, sorry, I forgot. Yeah. So team, Azure SQL Server. I will give some time to ask the doubts, team. So if you ask in middle the questions and all, I may forget actually whatever I wanted to tell. Yeah. So I will give some time to you guys to ask the doubts. Yeah. So team, see, for Azure SQLDB, these are all the limitations, team. Even if you expand the database, see sir, master database. I am seeing only master database. Where is my temp DB? Where is my model DB? You cannot see those. See, I connected with AC admin, right? Still you cannot see other databases. Why you want to see? Just asking a question. You don't want to see, sir. Why you want to see? You don't want to really. Why only saying, why only showing master database? Because you need to create a login, right? That's why they are showing master database. Remaining things and all, you don't need to. But each server having all the databases in the backend. In the backend, you have these databases. Yeah. So if you want, I can prove it to you. See, sir, master database, right? Click on new query. So what is the query to check for the log file sizes, sir? We have a command.
This is the
This is a
login.
SQL puff. Okay. To check the log file sizes, sir. DBCC SQL puff log space.
Log size.
Log space, I think. So Tim, see here. See, you are seeing TempoDB. You have, sir. TempoDB you have. Okay. So TempoDB you have in the backend team. Yeah. So even you can also create. See, sir. You can also create temporary tables, sir. Say create table. See, if you are not creating a temporary table, nobody will go to Azure SQLDB, sir. Yes, sir. No. Yeah. See, sir. Employee. Some A integer. You are able to create a temporary table. This table, where is it is creating, sir? Even though that the database it's not showing here, still you can able to create a temporary table. Where this table is creating? In TempoDB. Okay. If you are giving hash means this table is created in TempoDB. Okay. So you have all the databases in the backend, sir, but you can only see master database. Yeah. Next, how to create a database, sir? See, sir, you can also see once the server is ready. Once server is ready, you can also create a database in Management Studio also. Simple, sir. What is the syntax, sir? Create database, database name. Simple. Create database, database name. It will create a database name. See, sir, you can also create a database, sir. Where? In portal. Here, if you create, here in portal, you will create. So it will reflect here also. I mean, if you create in Management Studio, it will also reflect here. Go to the server. Okay. So here it will show the databases. Yeah. So, sir, see this server, does it have any CPU and memory? As of now, no.
No.
See, if I create a database, this database will consume some CPU and memory. See, sir. Let me discuss that about. See, sir, I am creating a database. In UI, first I am creating, sir. I want to discuss about the pricing types. Click on create database. Click on create database. See, sir, it is asking the create database. Yeah. See, sir, database name. Let me give the DBA database. Yeah. So DBA database. See, sir. Here charge depends on the compute plus storage. See here elastic pool model. See, I told you, right? Azure SQLDB having two models. Single DB model. No means single DB model. Yes means elastic pool model. We'll discuss later this one. Let it be. I want to single DB model first. That's why I'm going with no. So DBA database, sir. This is the hardware you need to decide here. Hardware you need to decide here. See, sir. Sir, if you are not talking, please mute yourself, sir. Noise also will be recording otherwise. Yeah. Click here. See, sir. Okay. So we have two pricing models we have, sir. Related to compute plus storage. I am talking about not Azure model, sir. I am talking about the compute plus storage.
Hi, Raj. Sorry to disturb you.
Yeah, go ahead.
While selecting that tire, okay, could you please tell us how TempoDB and the memory allocate according to tires? Okay.
Correct. Good question. Yeah. So TempoDB proportionately this one. Okay. So if you give more here, more TempoDB capabilities, you will get it.
Do we have any chart? The 100 DTU contain this much of TempoDB, this much of memory like this?
No, TempoDB related nothing. So
So
in this database, you need to pay. That's it. Internally, TempoDB it will handle. They don't charge for any TempoDB and all. So
how you know how much memory allocated, TempoDB size allocated based on the tire?
Yeah, we'll discuss that one. You don't need to know actually. It will handle, sir. If it is not handling, it will show in the graph. Okay.
Okay.
We'll discuss that one. Yeah. So
thank you.
Yeah. So team, compute plus storage. How many types of compute plus storage team? I mean, how many pricing models are there? How many team? Say 2. Okay. DTU model and vCore model. See, for your database, either you can give DTU, DTUs, or you can give vCores. vCores we are all know. Okay, 2 CPUs, 3 CPUs, 4 CPUs, like that you can give. DTU model is a new concept here. Why this DTU model is introduced? Why this DTU model is introduced, sir? We can give directly CPUs, right? Yes, we can give directly CPUs. Why DTU model is introduced here? Do we need? Yes, we need. Why? Let's see. See, sir, I'm keeping, I don't want to keep in DTU model. Suppose I don't have a DTU model. What is the problem, sir? See, I need to keep it in vCore model. See, sir, vCore model, DTU model. DTU model 3 types, vCore model 3 types. We'll discuss that one, don't worry. See, sir, suppose I don't have a DTU model. See, where you need to keep, sir? You need to give CPUs. Minimum, how many CPUs you can give here, sir? I cannot give 1 CPU, sir. Not possible here. Minimum, how many CPUs I need to give here? Come on. How many, sir?
2.
2.
CPUs. Okay. If you want, you can also increase it, sir. See, you can increase it. CPUs, you can increase. Just scale up. Just drag it. See, minimum 2 CPUs I can give. See, for minimum 2 CPUs, and here also size you can increase if you want. How much they are charging, sir? 2 CPUs. Minimum starting price is 27,000. You have to pay 27,000 if you keep it in vCore model. Minimum price. See, sir, my database, do I need really 2 vCores? Asking a question. Do I need 2 CPUs here in pass model? Yes or no? My database is very small, sir, just 2 GB database. Do I need to give 2 CPUs? Is it, does it really require, sir?
It's up to load or performance.
100% it is up to load. But do you think 2 GB database really require 2 CPUs?
Not required.
Why not required?
Because the database size is less.
But see, in on-premise 2 GB, are you giving how many CPUs, sir?
The minimum 2 cores.
Minimum 2 vCores. Even 2 vCores doesn't work. Even 2 GB database doesn't work. You are on-premise. I maintained 2010 before, sir. 2 GB, yes, I maintained. But nowadays, with this Windows versions, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
In on-premise, two CPUs doesn't work, sir. You need to give more CPUs. But in Azure SQLDB, 2 CPUs not required. Why?
Because we are setting resource per database, not for Windows.
Correct. See, sir. See, the problem with on-premise, let me tell you. The problem with on-premise, the problem with IS, let me tell you, sir. See, you need to buy the Windows software. Yes or no? You need to buy the license, Windows license. For license, you need to pay. For running that license, for running that Windows, again, you have to buy the hardware. See, sir, if you take 8 CPUs, more than the databases, CPU, Windows itself will take all the CPUs, sir. It required. See, sir, you are not running any Windows here. Whatever the hardware you give, everything is for database only. See, in pass model, whatever the hardware you give, everything is for the database only. That's why you don't need to give more hardware here. See, you are also saving the hardware perspective, you are saving the money. See, 2 CPUs really not required, sir, here. 2 CPUs really not required for my small database. Here is a question. How I will guess or how I will judge my database not really required 2 CPUs? Come on.
CPU history.
CPU history. Where you will get the CPU history?
The monitoring section.
Monitoring system is graphs.
Monitoring section.
Yeah, that is on-premise. Here you will have directly graphs, sir. Here you will have the graphs directly. I will show you, sir. So metrics. So for every database, you have a graph. See, my database is using 80%. Means you need more resources. That and all. Okay. Sir, it will show for every database related. It will show graphs, sir. I will show you. Don't worry. See, sir, my database really need 2 CPUs, sir, because whatever the hardware I give, everything is for my database only. Here 2 CPUs not required. I don't need to pay 27,000, sir. I am going to keep it in DTU model. See, basic. See, basic, just a fraction of CPU. DTU is nothing but a fraction of CPU, a fraction of memory, fraction of IO. Team, please mute yourself. Hi, Rao. Somebody joined with Rao. Please mute yourself. Yeah, thank you. Otherwise, noise also will be recorded now. So, team,
Here also I have one question. Can we change it once the server is in production? Can we change it to these models without any downtime, or do we require any downtime?
Without downtime, you can go with V4 model. You can come back to DTU model. You can do whatever without downtime.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. So team, see, basic they are charging only 359 rupees. Why they are charging only 359 rupees, sir? They are not giving 1 CPU also here. They are giving a fraction of CPU. Just a fraction, sir. 100 DTUs equals to the 1 CPU. See, you are using only for 5 DTUs. 5 DTUs is not, DTU is nothing but CPU plus memory plus IO. All together we are calling it as a DTU, sir. See, DTU is a CPU, memory, IO. These together I am calling it as a DTU, data transaction unit. Okay, data transaction unit, I am calling it as a DTU. Here is a vCore model. vCore model means memory, IO, all are independent. Here dependent all together. Okay, yeah. So bundles are here. Bundle. If you want to increase only CPU, you cannot increase here only CPU. All together you need to increase. Okay, yeah. So here is a kind of 1+1 offer kind of. Yeah. So sir, DTU model. Why this? See sir, the price is very less. DTU model. Here is a question. See, which model is the price is very less, sir? DTU model or vCore model?
DTU model.
DTU model is less price. Then why we have a vCore model here?
If you want more CPU and individual resource, then we can go for vCore.
Yeah, see team. So let me tell you here, less than 1 terabyte DTU model is the best. More than 1 terabyte vCore model is the best. More than 1 terabyte, you can save more money in vCore model. Less than 1 terabyte DTU model, you can save more money, sir. We'll discuss that one. Don't worry. Practically, I will prove it. Don't worry. Let it be. So for small databases, DTU model is the best. For big databases, vCore model is best. Yeah, whatever you are saying, the answer that is true. Yeah, we'll discuss that one. Don't worry. See, I am keeping it in as of now. Basic model, sir. Basic. And here, sir, they are showing some backup storage. They will take the backup automatically, sir. They will take the backup automatically. Geo-redundant. Geo-redundant means they will take in another region also. Okay, safe side. So suppose that the data center, if it is something happened to the data center, safe side they are keeping in different backup storage team. They are in. Will keep. So local redundant, zone redundant. If you want, you can also change it, but better to keep geo redundant, sir. Yeah. So they are taking the backups are automatically.
What is zone redundant?
Within the zone, they will keep, sir. Even some room, something is happened, you have other zone, they will keep the backups and all.
Okay.
You don't need to know
So
this. This is a by default. You maybe, yeah. Go ahead. For
Do we
production,
have to pay for anything additional for any of
nothing.
these options? Like,
Yeah, for geo redundant, yeah, they charge more, sir. Not charge more. This is by default, sir. See, before, 2 months back, they are not showing these options, sir. All are by default geo redundant. All are by default geo redundant. Let it be geo redundant. So this, whatever the price I showed you, right? 360 rupees. The 360 rupees included everything, the backups and all also. Yeah, see, sir, I am creating a database here. Simple. So you can also create a database here. But if you create a database like this here, by default, it will create a so and so pricing tag. It will create in where? It will create in standard tier, sir. It will create in standard tier by default. If it is paid version, it will create in a general purpose. vCore model, they will create by default. Yeah, you can change it once. Any pricing model to any pricing model, you can go, sir. Yeah, here, sir, D2 model 3 types we have. vCore model 3 types we have. Why we have 3 types? Simple, sir. See, basic, how many DTUs, sir? 5 DTUs. It starts with 5 DTUs. Suppose, okay, my database utilization is 100%. My database utilization is 100%. Continuously, more than 90%. Suppose I need to increase the DTU, right? I will go to the standard. The next pricing tag. Okay, the next pricing tag I will go, sir. It will show you, sir. Let's wait. Let's go to home. Go to the servers. So let me go with this server, sir. I have a database already here. It is creating now. Yeah. I think I have deleted or not. It's there. It's resource not there. Yeah. See, sir. Yeah, it's already done. Deployment success. Go dev server. See, sir, whatever you are doing, right? Whatever you are doing, whatever you are creating, it's also here, sir. See, deployment success. Updated firewall. So here notifications you can see. Okay. Whatever people have done in the portal, you can see all here, sir. Events. Yeah. So dev server, sir. Here you have a database. Click on this. Here the database is basic. Depend on the basic, they charge us, sir. So for this database, they charge 360 rupees per month. It's a fixed money, 360 rupees. See, sir, graph not at, see, you haven't just now created, right? It is not showing the graph, dot, dot, dot. Once the, once start using, it will show the graph like this. Yeah. So this is a DB database. As of now, 4% utilization. Yeah. See, sir, suppose your graph is 80% utilization or 100% utilization. Then what you need to do next? You need to increase the time. You need to increase the what? Hardware. See, sir, you can also go with basic to next is standard tier. DTU model. Standard tier also DTU model. See, sir, there are 5 DTUs, right? Here you have a 10 DTUs. 10 DTUs, I am calling it as a S0. 10 DTUs, I am calling it as a S0. See, sir, 10 DTUs cost is 900 rupees. 1000 rupees. So 10 DTUs also not sufficient. Just increase it. See, 20 DTUs. 20 DTUs, I am calling it as S1. S0, S1, S2, S3, S4. Like that, standard time. Yeah, even standard tier not sufficient, you can go with premium. Next. So why these are all disabled means free subscription. Free subscription, they are not giving, sir. Yeah. So like that, sir. So we have DTU model 3 types, vCore model 3 types. In vCore model, you can give CPU directly. Yeah, go ahead.
So could you please check memory and temp DB size allocated for this?
Yeah. You cannot check it. You cannot check it. You cannot check it how much temp DB created. No, you cannot check it. How much memory created. No, you cannot check it. This DTU is nothing but 20 DTU is nothing but which is CPU memory IO all together.
Because if memory hitting high, okay, suppose we want to increase, we come to know that how much allocated, how much required like that.
Just you can go with next pricing type, that's it.
Okay.
You got the point? See,
Yeah.
simple, simple logic. Just we can go with simple we can go with our common sense, just simple. Suppose it is eating 90%, suppose. So 90% it is eating continuously like this. What you can do, sir? Scale up. The next level you can go so that it will be reduced. It will be reduced. 100%. You will see 100% reduction. 100%. If you want to more, you can also scale it up further. Got it? Yeah. So based on the graph, you can adjust it. You don't need to know how much MDB they are giving. That and all, we don't need to know. You cannot control. You cannot do anything related to MDB. What you can do, maybe, yeah. So when you are, yeah. So what you can do, sir? I'm going beyond, sir. Let me show you one example. See, sir, my database hitting 100%. My database is hitting 100%. So what is the next step I need to do, sir? What is the next step? So I'm saying scale up, right? So instead of scaling up, what you will do, sir? See, in on-premise, you have high memory pressure or CPU pressure. You have high CPU pressure in your on-premise. What you will do? You will ask directly your client to increase the CPUs. No. Anyway, they don't give. Okay. Yes or no? Client always deny for cost increase, right? What you need to do, sir? Suppose your CPU is 100% utilization most of the times. What you will do? Come on.
You'll find the problematic queries.
Yes. What are the top 10 consuming queries, CPU consuming queries, and tune it. See, sir, same here also. What I have done, sir? It is hitting 100% utilization, sir. 100% utilization. Find the top 10 long running queries. See, sir, CPU, memory, IO, all together in dependent, sir. If you decrease the CPU utilization, obviously memory and IO utilization also low. These are all, dependent on each other. If you tune one thing, you are also indirectly tuning the memory and the other things as well. Okay. Yeah. These three are not different, sir. All are same. CPU, memory, IO, all are one each one. Dependent. Tightly dependent. Yeah, see, sir, it is 100% utilization. So these are top queries, sir, which is causing this issue. See, sir, what I have done? I created the index on where? On code column. I created the index on code column. See, before this, without index scan, right? After creating index on code column, what happens, sir? See, my graph utilization down to 20%. Not 20%, even 10%. See, you can do this kind of tuning. You can see this kind of tuning. Yeah, by doing the tuning. So problematic queries and all. So how to find top 10 CPU consuming queries, sir? Normally, in your on-premise, you have some DMVs. The same DMVs also you can use here. It will work. Top 10 consuming queries, top IO consuming queries and all, you can check it, sir. I already given the documents, sir. Within the documents we have. So I gave tuning document, right? Yeah, SQL tuning. So in this document, you have top 10 consuming queries, IO consuming queries. Yeah, it's there. This document is there in videos folder, SQL tuning. Yeah. So here, yeah, top 10.
Are going to share this document, sir?
I already said, sir. I already said, yeah. So top 10 expensive queries, just double click it, sir. Just double click it. It will open the document. Just download Azure issues folder, sir. I gave, right, Azure issues link. Just download the entire that folder. Yeah, see, sir, you can use this query. Select top 10. So order by CPU. If it is memory, if it is IO, you can also keep order by. All are dependent. If you tune CPU, automatically you are tuning memory and IO also. Yeah. Okay. We'll discuss performance tuning later, sir. We have a separate topic.
We can able to modify the temp.db files or
No, sir, you cannot see the temp.db here, sir. How you gonna modify?
yeah, that's why I'm
I think that is read only, right?
You cannot do anything related to temp.db.
Raj, one doubt here. We ran one query, right? DBCC SQL for log space.
Yes.
Can you please open the tab? Here we can see master database 2 times. Why?
2 times. Because you are running in master DB. There is an explanation team. Just leave it that one.
Okay.
So if you run here team, it will show only one. If you run in where DB database, you never check DBCC SQL perf also because they are taking the backups are automatically. So log space never be increased. See, sir, only one. Just leave it that one. Yeah.
I have a quick question for you, Mr. Raj. On-premises, we usually use GUI tab to create database. Out here, are we able to use GUI?
No. See, use master go right. It won't work because these databases are contained database. It won't work. Go, it doesn't work, sir. You need to go first master. From master to other database, you can go. So go doesn't work because the databases are contained databases. That's why we call it as a Azure SQLDB model, single DB model. So here cross queries won't work. See, if it is Go is working, means cross queries are working. Okay, here cross queries won't work.
No, I guess I said GUI, 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 not Go.
Okay.
It will work.
It will work on it. GUI means for what? Like database properties?
To create the database.
When you just click on the database and then you say right click and you can create database. Does that happen out here? That was my question.
Yeah, it won't have. Yeah, so this is simple, right? Yeah, you can also do that. You can also do that. Yeah. So right click. This is easy, right? Create database name. See, UI it is taking how much time? Because this server is somewhere. Okay, this is not installed in your machine. If it is missing in your machine, it will. It won't take this much time. See, that's why I always use the commands. Simple. See, we don't use much commands, sir. Just
but we are able to right click on the database and we can do all the.
We can do all what? What all? Database backup we cannot take.
All those things we can do, or
we can do. We'll discuss, sir. What we will do, what we cannot do, we'll discuss. See? We can create a database in UI also. See? Just you need to use a database name. That's it. It won't ask where is MDF, LDF file and all. Because this is a pass model. Okay? Because this is a pass model, sir. Yeah. Any questions?
By default, recovery model is full, right?
100% true. Yes, correct. See, that's what next going to discuss.
Okay.
The database recovery model, it is always full. Why full recovery model, sir? If we change to simple recovery model, how they will take the backup, sir?
Exactly.
How they will take the backup? They cannot. That's why even if that is test server, dev server, prod server, all databases are in full recovery model. Okay. Yeah. So pricing types are 3, sir. Basic tier, standard tier, premium, and vCore model 3 types, sir. Why I gave red mark means premium and business critical, sir. If it D2 model premium, you have a high IO. You have high IO, sir. Okay. Like production, if you want, you can keep it in premium. Non-production, you can keep in standard tier. Basic only, suppose 2 GB, sir. Basic 2 GB, standard tier, I think 2 terabyte, premium 4 terabyte, it supports. More than 4 terabyte, you need to go to general purpose. General purpose, it supports 4 terabyte. Maximum size of general purpose is 4 terabyte. Business critical, 8 terabyte it supports. 8 terabyte it supports. And hyperscale it supports 100 terabyte. So 100 terabyte databases also you can keep it in hyperscale. More than 8 terabyte databases and all, you need to keep it in hyperscale. Okay, so depend on each pricing model having the different, I mean, you have limitation. Like Edison you have limitation, right, in on-premise. Standard type, yes, you have some limitations. Web Edison, you have some limitation. Here also, people can also call these things as a Edisons. Edisons people call it as, because each one is having some limitation. See, sir, I want to create a database in BASIC. How are you going to give, sir? By syntactically. See, DBA1 database. Edison. Like this, you can also mention, sir. By default, it will take default Edison. If you want to specific Edison, you can also give like this. I always give like this, sir, Edison. My database definitely will create an Edison. Single quote missing. So my database will be created in where? In which pricing model? BASIC. So pricing types people also will call it as a Edisons. Okay. Yeah. So business critical premium, you have the high performance disks in the backend, high performance IO. So obviously, sir, production database, you need high performance IOs, right, in the backend. Even in on-premise also, in on-premise, they will give premium SSDs. I mean, super fast SSD disks they will give for production. Normal disk they will give for development environment. See, sir, here a premium, right, for IO intensive workloads. So standard and basic are normal disks. So production, if you want, you can keep it in premium, sir, for more IO. See, database management system means what? The data where it will reside. So obviously people will expect more IO performance. IO, I am talking about IO, not CPU memory. CPU here also same, here also same. CPU wherever same, right? But IO is different. Yeah, slow IO, fast IO, something. Yeah. Okay, if you want to more IO, you can go and keep it in premium. Premium is expensive. Okay, comparatively standard, premium is expensive. Yeah. We'll discuss, don't worry, sir. We have a separate topic. So yeah, so we are discussing about the vCore model in depth also. It will take some time, sir. To understand the D2 model, vCore model, it will take some time. Yeah, so as of now, I haven't discussed any topics, sir. These are all just fundamentals. Once the topic is over, sir, I use it to mark it as yellow. So a kind of today is also a kind of a demo, sir. Okay, I haven't started any topic. Okay, but these fundamentals are really important. Yeah, people ask the doubts on elastic databases. I haven't explained today. Why? It will take, yeah, it will take some time, sir. I will discuss whenever I am discussing this topic. We'll discuss, sir. Don't worry. Yeah. Any questions, sir, till now? No, right?
Hi, Raj. Okay. It would be great if you explain how to create maintenance plans for Azure database as well later.
I will definitely discuss. When I will discuss, sir? Okay. I will discuss, sir, here. Once these topics are over, I will discuss on automation part. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So I will discuss automation part. I will also discuss, migration part also. When migration topic I will discuss, sir, mostly at the end of the classes. I mean, at the end of the batch, because migration we need to discuss at the end, sir, not before. Once we know the differences, practically, if you see the differences among these three, migration you can understand very easily. Yeah, this course is based on the 57 batches experience. I prepared this course content. Okay. Yeah, so it's easy for me, easy for you also. Yeah, so that's it for the day, sir. It's already 9 a.m. People might have offices. Yeah, so let's continue tomorrow at the same time, sir. Try to join every day 7:30, sir. Exactly. I will start at exactly at 7:30, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Raj, quick question. Is it only weekdays or weekends also? Training?
Weekends, sir. Let me take Saturday, sir. Okay. Oh, today Friday,
Okay.
right? Let me take tomorrow, sir. If possible, if all are okay, I can also take Sunday also, sir. Because Thursday I didn't take the class, right? Thursday I didn't take the class. Let me take Saturday and Sunday also. If you want any break, I can also give break. Any one day I can give the break. Yeah. So Sunday mostly I don't take it, sir. But this Sunday I want to take it. I want to take the class, sir. But let's decide tomorrow. Let's decide tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a class. Okay. Yeah.
As you said, once we create the DTU model, we can go to VCore model. When you said VCore model 2, we can come to DTU model.
Yes.
Recently, we had discussion with some consultant. They said we don't come from VCore model to DTU model. Is it real?
No, that's completely wrong. Okay. You can come to DTU to VCore as long as the size supports.
Okay.
Got it? See, sir, basic keys supports only 2 GB. Yes or no? Basic keys supports 2 GB. I have 250 GB database, sir. 250 GB database, how are you going to keep it in basic? Maybe that sense they told, I think.
Okay.
That sense they told.
Because our production DB running on premium P15, and recently we have faced some performance the usage issue. We are deciding we are migrating it to VCore model. But they said once you go to VCore model, you can't come to premium or DTU model.
No, you can come. If you want, you can also try here. Simple, right? So go to the VCore model. Okay, just keep it. See, I am keeping in general purpose, sir. VCore model. Just I am applying. It may take some time. Yeah, I can come back to DTU model. Yeah, it will show, sir, online option. Yeah. See, sir, let me discuss few things here. See, this is a database size, sir. What is the maximum size of my database here? Not database size. A kind of disk space this is, sir. So 2 GB is the maximum storage. Your database, keep it, only 2 GB, sir. Okay, where in basic. Once you go to VCore model, there you can also, you have more size, but basic as of now, this is basic, right? 2 GB supports. Yeah, within 2 GB, 32, what is the database size, sir? 32 GB, my database current size. Within 32 GB, used space is 21 and remaining space, right? Remaining space is free space. Okay, database means always the size means allocated space plus free space. Yeah. I'm going to VCore model, sir. It will take some time. See, it will also show some progress here. Some 10%.
Hi, Raj. How it is go to auto increment that size allocated space?
No, it won't auto increase. You have to change the pricing time. Oh, this one you are talking about. Okay, it automatically increase, sir. See the size here automatically it will increase up to 2 GB. If 2 GB is full, so automatically it can't go beyond 2 GB. You need to scale it up. You need to go to next pricing time. Okay.
Okay. You mean that the maximum size is 2 GB, it will go up to 2 GB. Within the 2 GB, it will, based on the requirement, it will go auto increment, right?
Correct. Yeah, you can also set it up alerts, sir. If it is, okay, you can also set it up alerts. Sir, we are discussing, sir, don't worry. You can also keep it alerts. Suppose it is reaching to 1.8 GB, you will get the alert and you can increase the size. Increase the size means go to the next pricing time. See, sir, let me refresh, sir. It already done. Just go to dev server and see, I am in where, sir? I have to refresh it, sir. I am not reloading, sir. Just go back and come again. Okay, which database I changed it, sir? Scale the database. Which database?
DBA only. DBA only.
See, it is not reflecting, right? What you need to do if it is not reflecting, means it's a browser issue. Okay, it's not Azure issue, it's a browser issue. Let me reload it, sir. I just reload it. Now let's see. Yeah, see general purpose. Okay, yeah, see general purpose. Let me come back to vCore model. Because the size supports, right? See 2 GB it supports. Let me come back to the DT model. As long as size supports, you can come back, sir. See basic, right? Apply. See, it is working. Okay, yeah, you can come back, sir. The only thing is, sir, yeah. Once you go to hyperscale, you cannot come back. Hyperscale 100 terabytes, suppose, right? 100 terabyte, more than 8 TB, you can keep it in hyperscale because the size limitations and all other pricing days, you cannot come back from the hyperscale. Once you keep hyperscale, you cannot come back. So, any questions, sir? No questions? Yeah. So let's continue tomorrow, sir. So once server is ready, what is the next step, sir? We need to create a users. How to create users and all we'll discuss tomorrow. So you only have access SC admin. What about? I want to give access to Salman. I want to give access to Ramesh. So how are you gonna give? And all we'll discuss tomorrow. Yeah.
I have a quick question for you, Mr. Raj. We
Yeah,
don't
go
have pre-installation checks for this. And post-installation would be basically migrating all the logins and jobs and everything.
Correct.
But out here, I say we cannot
Correct.
even migrate jobs. So
Yeah.
it's only about login. And how about sometimes we have server configurations like Maxtop and other things as well. Would that configuration also be able to change here, or how does it work?
Not required. Not required. Yeah, that's why you don't have such kind of manual efforts, right? To avoid manual efforts, you are going to the pass model.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yes, max DOP, right? Max DOP, you can change it. Database level, you can change it. Yeah. See, alter data scope settings. Yeah, just using this query, you can change it. We have some settings are there related to databases, not server. Server is empty here. Server is just a group of databases. Server level, you don't have any setting. Where? In Azure SQLDB. In managed instance, yes, you have. In IAS model, yes, you have. But Azure SQLDB, no. So database level, if you want, you can change it. Max DOP to 1 and all. But don't change it.
Gotcha.
It will be default. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it, sir. If you have a time, you can also go to with Azure SQL tips. Yeah. So here I mentioned few things. You cannot change the recovery model. See, recovery model is full always. Backups are automatically taken care. You cannot download those automated backups. If you want, you can restore it. We are discussing, sir. Tomorrow we are discussing the backup and restore. Suppose something happened to my database, how we restore. That and all we are discussing. Security part and backup and restore we are discussing. Just we discussed the fundamentals, sir. What is single DB? What is pass model? What is SAS model? We discuss in detail. Also, we are discussing tomorrow. Okay, yeah, not tomorrow. The next classes. Yeah. So tomorrow, let's continue with this security and backup. Restore DBs, restore from the delayed long-term backups, refreshing parts. Let's discuss these topics tomorrow. Yeah. Bye, sir. Bye for the day. See you tomorrow. Let's continue your questions tomorrow as well. Yeah.
Thank you, Raj.
Okay, thank you, Raj.
And also,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
if you have a time, try to create a free subscription, sir. If you have a time, please try to create a free subscription answer. Yeah. Bye for the day, sir. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.